Well, King's College London's Policy Institute has been looking into people's attitudes to the government's measures, and I'm joined now by the director, Professor Bobby Duffy. Professor, really good to speak to you. Thank you for joining us this morning. Firstly, what does the data tell us about people's behaviour over the last few months?
Well, people have been incredibly compliant with the lockdown rules. So what we've found is that, in fact, 4 in 10 people have not left their home in 5 of the last 7 days, and 1 in 7 people have not left their home at all. And it's even higher levels of compliance with their kids. So half of kids have not left their home in the last 5 of the last 7 days. And we're even going beyond the suggested lockdown rules, with 55% of people washing or disinfecting items that they bring into their household. So incredible caution, incredible compliance among people.
Have we seen that change at all since the start of lockdown?
It's been very consistent on nearly all the measures. In fact, the only thing that's really changed is this increase in people who've had visitors inside their house. So that's gone up to 14% of people, tripling over the past few weeks. So now 1 in 7 people say that they've actually had someone visit them at home, which is against the lockdown rules.
So as we move into the next phase and the changing of the rules and guidelines in terms of people meeting in groups of 6 in outdoor spaces, what does that tell us about people's behaviour moving forward?
Well, I think it's exactly right that the government has started to focus on us seeing our family, friends, loved ones, because that's the bit that people were finding particularly difficult, and the rules that they were starting to flout. So having that capability to at least meet up outside the home does address some of that. That's the thing that's hurt people, that's had the most emotional impact on people. So the right thing to focus on, and we'll hopefully see that ease that sense of breaking those rules.
Interesting that you mentioned people beginning to flout the rules. I guess that's the danger that the government has, isn't it? You know, you get people to meet together in the garden, but that could quite easily become having a cup of tea inside or using the loos.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll have to accept a little bit, is that keep policing those types of rules, making people comply with those types of rules. There's going to be a little bit of interpretation of those among people as they go through. But underlying all of this is a very strong sense of responsibility and caution among people. And it's partly because we've got a very high sense of the risk. So people think that if they catch coronavirus, there's a 40% chance they'll end up in hospital. So we've got this, which is much higher than the actual rates, the likely actual rates of that. So people are cautious, and they do have a sense of responsibility to others as well. So there's a very strong sense that their actions can affect what happens to other people. So it's not that people are absolutely fatigued with these rules. They got that strong sense of connection to others, responsibility to the country. So it's not that they're going to go wild, I don't think, after this.
And does that point about people being cautious, could that actually be detrimental in the future as the government tries to encourage people to go back to work and get back to a sense of normality?
Yes, I think that's just as big a challenge, if not more, than people flouting the rules. That sense of caution, we know from other polling that we're among the most cautious countries in the world about easing lockdown measures. We've still got a strong sense of the danger of this, and people are not. There's a lot of concern about particularly actions like children returning to school. So very high levels of concern among parents about that. So yes, I think the reassurance measures that this is under control and these are cautious, step-by-step changes is just as important as worrying about the other end of the spectrum, with people actually taking advantage of this relaxation.
Professor Bobby Duffy, Director of the King's College London's Policy Institute. Really appreciate getting your thoughts this morning. Thank you. Thanks for your time.